What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA playoffs, Tuesday, April 23rd. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, who do we have at the point guard position? I like Russell Westbrook from the Oklahoma City Thunder playing the Portland Trail Blazers, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're middle-of-the-pack defending opposing point guards. Russell Westbrook has scored 35, 59, and 43 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 58.1 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 36 minutes per game with a 31% usage rate. Russell Westbrook is $10,200 DraftKings salary. He's $1,300 more on FanDuel, so like pretty much everyone else on the slate, I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 55.8 fantasy points here tonight, that's 5.5 times value. Russell Westbrook only put up 35 fantasy points last game, so I'm expecting a huge bounce back game from him in a game that they need to win tonight to stay in the playoffs. This is do or die. He's heard everyone talk about his poor performance. I'm not sure if they win this game, but I know Russell Westbrook is going to go out there and give it his all. He's going to get all the minutes he can handle, so I love Russell Westbrook here versus the Portland Trail Blazers. So our DFS tools for MLB Baseball are now live and working. You can click on the MLB tab to change sports and check the tools out for baseball. They're really helpful. They're going to save you guys a ton of research time. Remember, we added projected ownership, and that will be updating throughout the day as injury news changes. We also added the fantasy points per minute stat here for each player, and we also added a stat that's new to the industry. We call it the hit percentage, and it's the percent chance this player has to hit value at his current DFS salary. And you can access all these new stats even on mobile devices by tapping the dash rank icon. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I was thinking about CJ McCollum, and he's a fine play. He's been going off, scoring 44, 43, and 53 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 36 to 41 minutes. He's at $7,300 DraftKings salary now, and he's $1,100 more on FanDuel. So he's a fine play. But I like Jamal Murray from the Denver Nuggets playing the San Antonio Spurs, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the 8th most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Jamal Murray has scored 37, 11, and 36 fantasy points in his last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 33.3 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 33 minutes per game with a 25% usage rate. Jamal Murray is $6,300 DraftKings salary. He's $1,000 more on FanDuel, projected at 32.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. There's an implied total of 211 points in this game. This is a home game, so I like Jamal Murray here versus the San Antonio Spurs. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Aaron Gordon from the Orlando Magic playing the Toronto Raptors, who've got a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're really good defending opposing small forwards. Aaron Gordon has scored 44, 30, and 32 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 33.7 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. Aaron Gordon is $6,600 DraftKings salary. He's $300 more on FanDuel, so I love that price on both sites. Projected at 34.6 fantasy points here tonight, That's 5.2 times value. There's an implied total of 206.5 points in this game. Aaron Gordon's been playing heavy minutes. He was red hot last game, so let's see if that carries over. I like Aaron Gordon here versus the Toronto Raptors. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? Of course, I like Paul George at 9,000, and I like LaMarcus Aldridge at 7,800. Tobias Harris is a good play as well. But I'm going to go with Kawhi Leonard from the Toronto Raptors playing the Orlando Magic, who have a really good defense, and they're good defenders against power forwards. Kawhi Leonard has scored 53, 35, and 54 fantasy points in the last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 45.3 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 31% usage rate. Kawhi Leonard is $8,300 DraftKings salary. He's $1,500 more on FanDuel, so I prefer that DraftKings price. Projected at 43.7 fantasy points here tonight, that's 5.3 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game. Kawhi Leonard seems to be the guy that's taking the lead, so I like Kawhi Leonard here versus the Orlando Magic. Okay, who do we have at the center position? I like Joel Embiid from the Philadelphia 76ers playing the Brooklyn Nets, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the absolute most fantasy points defending opposing centers. Joel Embiid has scored 77, 40, and 57 fantasy points in his last 3 games of the playoffs, averaging 55.5 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 33% usage rate. Joel Embiid is $10,000 DraftKings salary. He's $1,300 more on FanDuel, projected at 55.5 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.6 times value. He's listed probable for this game. I don't think you have to worry about the Joel Embiid injury news this time. Well, always check back to be sure this guy's going to play because you really never know. I think he's going to play a ton of minutes this game. It's a closeout game. They want to win this game so they can give him the extended rest. So it's worth sacrificing the minutes today to get more rest tomorrow. So I love Joel Embiid here versus the Brooklyn Nets. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.